today's topic of discussion is phycomycetes. Phycomycetes means lower fungi. General features of lower fungi or phycomycetes. These fungi are very simplest and they are primitive group of fungi, and 1500 species of such fungi have been reported. Majority of these fungi are aquatic like Saprolagnia, some are amphibious and some are terrestrial. They generally grow as parasites or saprophytes. If parasites, they grow on algae, ferns or higher plants. Among higher plants, they are responsible to cause a number of diseases like downy mildews, blights and white rust, etc. In 1873, it was Anton de Bary who for the first time recognized this group, and later on they have been named as phycomycetes. The meaning of phycomycetes means algal fungi because such fungi show a close resemblance with some algae in their morphological characters as well as their sexual structures. The characteristic features of these fungi: vegetatively, they are very simple in their structure. Their somatic phase is either made up of unicellular thallus, unicellular microscopic thallus, or a cenocytic filamentous mycelium. For example, as in the case of Olpidium, this is the thallus of Olpidium. It is a unicellular thallus made up of a single cell. It is a naked cell, and cenocytic mycelium in some other higher members of this group. Cenocytic means the mycelia that is without any septa. The protoplasmic content from one portion of the mycelium goes towards the different portion of the thallus without any hindrance. While in case of higher plants, higher fungi, there is septate mycelium. In this fungi, it is of cenocytic type. Now the reproduction, asexual reproduction. These fungi reproduce by means of sporangiospores. Sporangiospores are zoospores. In aquatic cases, they are motile, while in some terrestrial cases, they are conidia. The sexual units never unite to form the fructifications. The fructifications are very common among higher fungi like ascomycetes, basidiomycetes and deuteromycetes. Such type of fructification is entirely absent from lower fungi. Sexual reproduction is again very simple. It ranges from isogamous to heterogamous type. Isogamous type of reproduction, the fusing gametes are morphologically very simple and morphologically very similar. While in case of heterogamous type of sexual reproduction, the uniting gametes are anisogametes. Morphologically, they are different. In oogamous type of reproduction, the gametangia are of different type, and the fusing content move from one gametangia to another gametangia either through a pore or a tube. In this way, the sexual reproduction is isogamous or heterogamous type. In these fungi, after plasmogamy, karyogamy is immediately followed. Plasmogamy means the fusion of protoplasmic content, and after fusion of protoplasmic content, the nuclei when fused, then it is called as fusion, then it is called as karyogamy. Now the examples of these phycomycetes fungi, they are black molds like Rhizopus and Buccal, water molds like Saprolagnia, downy mildews like the members of Pernospores, and the white rust like Albugo or Cystopus. This white rust is generally caused among the cruciferous plants. Now, among these lower fungi or phycomycetes fungi, these fungi show an evolution of thallus from the unicellular thallus to a filamentous eukarpic type of thallus. Now, how this evolution of thallus is observed in these fungi. For example, in case of Olpidium endogenum, this is the fungus which lives as a parasite on the algal cell. The thallus is naked. After entry inside the thallus secretes a chitinous cell wall, and on attaining the sexual maturity, the entire thallus gets converted into the reproductive structure and produces zoospores. So such type of thallus in which the entire content is getting converted into the reproductive structure is known as holocarpic thallus. So therefore Olpidium endogenum is an example of holocarpic thallus, which is the simplest type of thallus among the phycomycetes. From this simplest thallus, there is further evolution of the thallus as is seen in Rhizophidium. In the Rhizophidium, what happens? In the Rhizophidium, this simple thallus produces a mycelial structure that gets entry inside the host cell, and from this structure at the surface of the host cell they produce the reproductive structure. So therefore the thallus is further advanced as it produces the rhizomycelium. This is the example of Rhizophidia. What happens further in Blastocladiella? Blastocladiella is a fungus which is soil dweller. It shows further advancement over the Rhizophidium. How it occurs? It produces rhizoid at the base of the thallus. Upon the rhizoid, there is a trunk-like structure that is a vegetative cell. On the vegetative cell, it produces a reproductive cell. Therefore, the entire thallus is divided into the vegetative structures as well as reproductive structure. Now, how the holocarpic thallus is getting converted into the eucarpic thallus? Here it is clear. Further advancement we can say in Allomyces. Allomyces is again a soil dweller. In Allomyces there is a rhizoidal system, again a main trunk like main body. Upon this main body there is a system of dichotomously branched hyphae. Upon these dichotomously branched hyphae they produce the sexual structures. In this way it is again a complex example of eucarpic state of mycelium. Further advancement we can see among terrestrial fungi, that is mucorales, that is in case of Rhizopus and mucor. What happens here? The mycelial system is of two types. One is rhizoidal hyphae which runs at the substrate of the surface of the substratum. From the rhizoidal hyphae they produce the aerial hyphae. On the aerial hyphae they form the sporangium. This is much complex system of mycelium. Further advancement we can say among the perennospores. What happens in perennospores? The rhizoidal system is not found, but the mycelial, there is a kind of mycelia which is endogenous inside the host. Upon this endogenous mycelia they produce the aerial mycelium on which the reproductive structures we can see. So therefore in this way they show evolution of the thallus from very primitive unicellular thallus to highly complex eucarpic mycelial thallus, starting from Olpidium endogenum to Rhizophidium to Blastocladiella to Allomyces to Rhizopus or mucorales to perennospores. So this is the second point, that is how the evolution of thallus occur among the lower fungi or phycomycetes. Now the next thing or next point is how these fungi show a mode of transition from aquatic mode of life to terrestrial mode of life through the amphibious way. For example, Saprolagnia. Saprolagnia is pure aquatic fungus. It grows in fresh water generally, and in sometimes it may be seen in well irrigated soil. After Saprolagnia, little more soil-minded is Pythium. Pythium is found in the soil, damp soil. While Phytophthora is further amphibious in nature. We can say it amphibious because it under water condition or aquatic condition it produces zoospores, and under dry condition it produces conidia. Similarly, Plasmopara is responsible to cause downy mildew of grapes. It is again amphibious as it again forms zoospores as well as conidiospores upon attaining the appropriate conditions. Perennospora destructor. This is strictly terrestrial as it never forms zoospores. Only conidia it produces. Further, they show a transition from terrestrial to from aquatic or amphibious to terrestrial condition. This example is furnished by mucorales. As in the case of mucorales, they produce the sporangiospores. Sporangiospores are again chitinous, well protected spores. They are very much adapted to terrestrial conditions. A number of spores are produced. Therefore, they are more adapted to live under terrestrial condition. In this way, we can say such fungi show a transition from aquatic to terrestrial mode of life, starting from Saprolagnia, which is purely aquatic, then Pythium, little more soil-minded, Phytophthora, amphibious, Plasmopara, much more amphibious, Perennospora destructor, terrestrial, and mucorales are completely terrestrial as well as they are adapted to grow under soil conditions much successfully in comparison to other fungi.